Hello, good morning. Um, Welcome to, nope, not welcome. This is all about me. Still, it's a welcome. Um, Welcome to Happiness at Home Retreat Unraveling. Um, Day 2. I am very grateful that I decided to put aside the whole beyond task and present this thing. This morning has been interesting. I did my normal morning routine and allowed it to take as long as I wanted it to take. Usually, because I have to go to work and work is scheduled at a specific time, do I have quotients. By this time I need to start exercising. By this time I need to start getting dressed. By this time I need to leave the house. So that, depending on when I get out of bed and how quickly I wake up, dictates how long I can do things. Like, can I write as long as I want in the morning, or can I only do 15 minutes because I need to do my stretches and get dressed and make sure I have lunch and all that good stuff? So today I allowed myself to simply do it. And part of the most difficult part of that actually was the desire to, okay, it's 9 o'clock and now I want to go read a book, or do something else. I don't want to finish my morning things, even though I prefer it physically and mentally when I have finished them. Sorry, hold on just a moment. And so that is something that needed to be unraveled, unhooked. And I'm not sure if it was simply the urge. No. I think it was kind of the rebellion thing. And that is one of the things I have been working on unraveling myself from, is my automatic rebellion instinct. Because when people say to me, you should do this, you should do this, the first thing that pops up into my head, regardless of who's saying it or how well it's meant, is, well, you don't get to tell me what to do. Um, Unless you are somebody who gets to tell me what to do, like for work or whatever. Then it's a suggestion and I take it in. But when it's helpful, ideas or guides to how you live your life, there is this whole rebellion thing still going on. And it's very tempting to go in and delve into, why is that so? Why am I so resistant? What does that really mean for me? And what kind of, stories can I tell about that? The truth is, it really doesn't matter anymore. I could come up with some lovely theories, and many of them are probably correct or have a connection to the basic reasons. But the point is, it doesn't matter. What matters is that the habit of the instinctive no can be harmful at sometimes, because I'm the one who's saying, we should do this. because this will feel better. We will be happier tomorrow if I do this today. And I do sometimes think that we get into the habit of doing something for so long, like resisting authority, resisting rules that are laid down that aren't good or conducive. Once those rules are taken away, there's still the habit of resisting. So it's easy to say no and to go, okay, I guess I don't want to do that, without really understanding why anymore. So for me, that is something I am. I mean, this is really truly a snarl. So we could go to the yarn example and really working through and unraveling all the different things that are leading into that resistance. These days, there is, I know I'm not alone in all these different things and ideas that run through my head, because there's a common thing out there now called reframing, where the practice is to take something that that is being resisted and change the perception of it, change the way it is labeled, change the way it is pictured in our heads. We reframe it. So I have to do the dishes versus I want the kitchen to be clean and I will feel better when it is. Or I have to go exercise. Like, I want to be able to move easily and effortlessly up and down the stairs at work. And this is going to get me there. I really do imagine I'm not the only one. There's so many people out there, it feels like, because that used to be a big thing. Everybody had a gimmick, an idea of how we could, lose weight, improve our bodies, this, that, or the other thing, become more calm, improve our wealth, improve our lives, find the right person. Everybody had a way to do it, and you just have to follow this way to do it. And after about the 15th time of following something, whether it is a doctor or the talking head or a teacher or the parents or good friends, and it not clicking the way we feel it needs to click, there can be a major resistance where it's just like, you know what? No, just no, no. And we don't want to try anymore. Some of those suggestions might be valid ones, but we get tired of trying the next thing and the next thing, and it's easier just to say no. Sidestep. Finding yourself was also a big thing for a while. Often said with a sneer, oh, she's off finding herself. Or he's going through his midlife crisis. But I do believe it is not only relevant, it is something that we continually do, because after 20 plus years of living with somebody, you meld together, you learn their habits, they learn yours, you figure out ways to live together. They might not all be healthy, they might not be the way anybody else would do it, but you figure out ways to live together. And then here you are 20 years later going, where did I go? Why don't I have fun anymore? Or, oh, do you remember when we used to do this? Why don't we do that anymore? It's because we've changed, because, we have adapted. We figured out how to survive in this fashion to the best of our ability so that everything we think we want is going to happen, whether that's our partner's happiness or our happiness or simply keeping the roof over our head. We have figured out how to live and work so that it works. But we can lose ourselves in the process, or the person we thought we were. And so finding ourselves is really a relevant thing to do, because while maybe we don't need to know the why for everything, though that is a relevant tactic, I do think it's important to know how we actually feel, what it actually does for us, whether it's eating food or reading a book or going to work. What does it actually do for us? How does it improve our lives? How does it detract from what we really want to feel? Because nobody else can tell me how I am. Nobody else can tell me that this is the way to live, or that is. It's like labels. I am an accountant. Well, technically, actually, I'm a bookkeeper. Accountant still with taxes, and see that as my form of labels. I have specific expectations and boxes. So a bookkeeper or accountant, they're always straight laced and they always walk around with 10 keys and pads of paper and pencils stuck everywhere. And they wouldn't know a joke if it hit them in the radius, pi, whatever. Yeah. Spreadsheet. Thank you. And that isn't true. It simply isn't true. Bookkeeper is somebody who keeps the books, whether they were trained to it or not. That is that. An accountant is somebody who has, the specific degrees or has the title of accountant, and they keep the books in a different format or a higher level, in my perception. And they can all have a sense of humor, or they can all be totally focused and on numbers. Some are good at communicating, some are not. Some work well together, some do not. Finding out how I do it is the thing that is best for me. And until I know what drives me, I can't do a good job reframing things or renaming them. So it is a give and take. Everything is a trial and error. Everything is a trial and error. Much as I thought when I was younger that I would just know, look at how well they're doing their lives. Look at how well they're doing their lives. All the people I read about in books, they've succeeded to this point. They have a relationship thing that comes in and it smooths out the rest of the issues. Everybody's happy. That's how it's supposed to go. And you know that they know what they're doing. Or some of the books I read as kids, they had, big life questions, but they also always had somebody to talk it over with. So, but that's not always the case, or we don't always feel comfortable talking about it because can't see how somebody else would feel that same way, or we know that they have worse situations. That whole walk a mile in another person's shoes. We get so busy doing that and trying to take care of others and put others first and share our toys and do all that, that we forget to actually walk in our own shoes. What do I need? How do I do it? What is good for me? And so that is part of the guilt that keeps popping up, that I'm getting better at releasing, accepting, releasing. Because just because I am focusing on my self-care, well, and here I'm making excuses. That doesn't mean I'm a bad person. I can use all the things I learn and I'm good at, and I have to fill my cup so I can help others. I get to take care of myself first. I get to. That's all. That's it. I get to. Everybody gets to take care of themselves first and create the strong foundations within themselves that will then combine to a happier universe. Because instead of looking out there going, okay, I'm trying to be like them, but I just don't feel it. Or I'm trying to be like that, but I just don't feel it. Or I'm supposed to be an actress, which means I'm supposed to know all these things and be able to do all these things and sing all these things. And I can't. So I'm not really an actress. So I don't know what to do. How do I label myself? How do I identify? How do I present myself to the world? And I'm just me. I am just Lila. Today, I like to read books and play time management video games and do retreats and think about how I want the world to be, and believe that I can have the abundance that feels best for me, live in the place that feels like home for me, have friends that feel supportive to me. I get to be in my own shoes. I get to experience me. Because honestly, that is the only thing I can experience. I cannot experience something from anybody else's perspective except for mine. Even when I am imagining myself as something else or in another person's position, even when I am empathetic to the point that it causes physical problems, I'm still only doing it from my experience. All right, so I didn't mean it to get this dark. This is the downside of introspection in a way, but we need to work through the habit of guilt, unravel those hooks, untie those strings, because it is really easy to get hooked into again. How will it look to others? How will it look to others? If I do this, if I say this, how will it look to others? I don't care. Unhook, unhook, unhook. I am me. I love me. I think that I am pretty darn amazing. I am very proud of myself for being able to say that when I am able to say that. I think that the more I acknowledge the things that I do really well, the more I'm going to do them really well. But it is also true that as things are unhooked and as stuff is cleared away, we find more at the core. And I want to feel special. I do. I want to be individual and unique. We can do anything we want to do, yes? But I am special. I am individual and unique. Even if the world doesn't know my name, even if nobody reads books that I write, or even if nobody, the thing about being a bookkeeper or a data entry clerk is your name isn't always on everything. There's all those people that are on the names of movies and shows who have contributed those little things that are vitally important for the show to go on. The recent or strike in the movie business, people are up in arms. Oh, those actors are to get paid so much. It is about more than the people we see on the screen, the main people we see on the screen. It's about all the other people that are on the screen and all the people that are behind the screen and all the people that are running the equipment for the screen and all the people that are bringing them coffee and all the people that clean up afterwards. Nobody's a village. And we like to put a figurehead on things